Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, let us learn a JavaScript program to calculate the multiplication and division of two numbers. So given two numbers as input to your JavaScript, so your task is to find the multiplication and division of those two particular given numbers. So let's try to solve this. So this is my Windows command prompt and I am into the JavaScript public directory. So now let's create a HTML file and try to add the JavaScript into the HTML and try to execute it. So let's use a notepad to create that is create a HTML file. Let's use product.html. So this is my HTML file. So let's try to create it. So yeah, so let's try to maximize it. So inside this particular HTML file, so we have to add a JavaScript. So let us try to add a script tag, and inside this particular script tag, so we have to ask a user to enter two values and then try to find the that is multiplication and division of two numbers. So let's take two variables, that is a, and use the prompt function to ask a user to enter first number. Yeah, so let's close the quotes and semicolon. Yeah, so once the user enters a number, so it will be of a string type. So let us try to convert it into a floating point value. So let's use parse float. Yeah, so once we get the value, so the reason I'm using float is because integer also fits into a float. So now let's take another variable. Let b is equals to, let's copy paste the same, that is parse float, enter second number. Let's give second and make this as capital. Yeah, so once we get two values, that is a and b, so we have to check if the input value is valid or not. So for that, let's use if statement and try to check is nan. So this is a function to check if the given entered value is valid or invalid, or if is nan. So let's check for the another variable, that is b. So let's use the round brace b. So if the given that is given numbers are invalid, that is of string type or any other type, so let's try to print an error message, that is document dot write. So I'm using document dot write to throw an error. So you can also use console dot error or console dot log over here. So inside the if statement, so invalid numbers. So let's throw an error message, that is invalid numbers. Let's end with a semicolon. Yeah, so let's take else block now for the valid scenario and let us try to calculate the product and division. So let's take two variables. Let let's say product, and try to find the product of a multiplied by b. And let's take another variable, let division, and let us try to divide a divided by b. So once we get two values, that is product and division, so let's try to print it onto the HTML page. So let's use a document dot write and let us try to print, that is product of two numbers or multiplication of two given numbers is, let's give colon and let us try to print the product, and let me copy paste the same, that is for the division purpose, and let's try to modify, that is division of two numbers is, so let's try to print the division, copy and paste over here, that is a variable, and let's end with a semicolon for both. Yeah, so this is a complete JavaScript to actually accept the two numbers from the user and then calculate the multiplication and division of two given numbers. So let me save this and let us try to execute it. Save and exit the notepad. So now let's use a Explorer to run the HTML file. So product.html. So enter the first number. So let's give something like 5, and the second number let's give 2. So you can see multiplication of two numbers is 5 multiplied by 2 is 10, and division of two numbers is 5 divided by 2 is 2.5. So we have to print this in the next line. So let's add the next line tag. So let us open that, and inside this so we have to add a br slash tag. So let's try to add that, comma, and in the quotes so let's take br slash, and same thing for the, I think not required for this particular statement because it is the end of the printing. Yeah, so let's save this and exit, closing both the notepads. Yeah, so let's try to execute again. Let's see if they print in the next line. So let's enter the first number. So let's give 5 and 2. So you can see multiplication of two numbers is 10. Division of two numbers is 2.5. So let's re-execute it. So let's enter a string. So let's say hello and the world. So you can see invalid numbers entered. So let's give something like 9 and 3. So you can see 9 multiplied by 3 is 27, and 9 divided by 3 is 3. Let's re-execute it. Let's give something like 33, and now let's give something like 3.3. So you can see 33 multiplied by 3.3 is this value, and division of two given numbers, that is 33 divided by 3.3 is 10. Closing this, opening the notepad. Yeah, so this is a complete JavaScript to accept two numbers from the user and try to calculate or find the product or the multiplication and division of two given numbers. So I'll give this code in the description of this video. So that's it in this video. Hope you liked it. Thank you for watching. Bye.